We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He was born to run the fast break. It's Jay Williams.
Dissing the ball left, dissing the ball right, making the right play at the right time, because that's what guards from Plainfield, New Jersey do. Let's see what they do on the court this evening.
It's time to hoop it up. We are ready to go. The Jazz control the tap. Rudy Gobert returns last year. The Jazz go on their run. Jay, how reliant is Utah on the Frenchman?
I would say pretty heavily, considering he's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year. This team has to win it on the defensive end. That is the mentality of the Utah Jazz.
George to Leonard. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Joe Ingles to Conley. Won't go down.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body controls everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Deep two there, won't go.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Kawhi Leonard missed his first. That one goes.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Leonard to Beverly. To Paul George. Knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Conley to Gobert. He was hacked. They let it go. Beverly into the front court. 8-2 our score. Here comes the screen. LA with 4 to shoot. Not today.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Here comes the screen. Mitchell against George. The drive right to the basket. Somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Leaves this man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Utah ball. Conley. Paul George. Tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Leonard to George. Paul George looking good. 4 for 5.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Jay, we talk about it all the time. The coaches in this league, who best puts their players in a position to shine? And now I give you Quinn Snyder.
I remember Quinn Snyder, after an ugly loss to Atlanta last year, really made some changes to their system. And here's the thing I love about Quinn Snyder.
He recruited me when I was 15 and 16 years old. He was an assistant coach at Duke. The way he spoke to me really got me to buy in. He taught me that it was about being part of something bigger than yourself. And when you buy into what Quinn Snyder preaches, that's how you end up beating OKC in the first round NBA playoffs.
Joe Ingles. Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. Clippers have the basketball. In a flash, scores at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Conley, tough matchup against George. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Oh, I missed a short one there. Turns and slams it down. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. To Williams. Paul George. He'll get it down low to Harold. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Jazz have the ball. Count it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard to Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Paul George locked in. Hits the tough three.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
To Conley. Not that time. Beverly into the front court. The lead is 11. Short jumper won't go down. Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Five seconds to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. Yes! Three-pointer is good.
The eyes of the shooter say everything. His eyes pretty much said, "Are you sure you want to give me the ball here?"
George against the former Hoya. Rudy Gobert with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Conley. Deep left corner. To Conley. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Oh, straight down the middle for two.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw.
Hey, good shot.
Goes 2 for 2. To George. Curling inside. Strong finish for Paul George. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To shoot for Utah. To Conley. Here's a chance from long range. Good contest on the 3. Conley misses.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
George. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
George to Beverly. Off the assist.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Here's Leonard for 2. The shot almost. Conley into the front court. Margins 8. Scores and the foul. Rudy Gobert count the basket, and now a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Rudy Gobert trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Leonard. To Paul George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. One free throw, count it. It's a 3-point play, and the lead up to 8. A shot at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Clippers are out in front.
The Clippers put together a nice half and were rewarded with a solid lead. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Jazz would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Utah Jazz.
Game track. Points in the paint.
The Utah Jazz have been too soft once the opposition has gotten the ball into the paint. Even worse, they refuse to tighten up and make a difference about it. The problem became more apparent to me closer to halftime, resulting in the kind of plays in our highlight package.
Player of the half.
Paul George has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in LA. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in LA now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. Here comes the screen. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Mike Conley trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. It's LA Clippers ball. To Leonard. Paul George to Beverley. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. His guys down by 9. To Gobert. Shot won't go. Beverley to George. Rudy Gobert swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Conley into the front court. His team down 9. To Gobert. Beverley into the front court. He'll run the offense. Trying to cash in. And a putback slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Bojan Bogdanovic against Paul George. Shot Starts at 5. Down to 4.
Shots up.
Mitchell's shot comes up empty.
I got ball.
To Paul George. Beverly. They'll get it down to Leonard. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Conley into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Baseline drive. Mike Conley. He's 3 for 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's the Clippers with the possession now.
That's me. I got ball.
Beverly to Leonard. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. Clippers have it. Beverly to Leonard. And the basket good at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder in the defensive end.
Jazz will take a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. LA Clippers with the basketball. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Trailing by 15. Offensive rebound. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Jeff Green at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throws good, a three-point play, and the lead back down to 12. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Leonard. Beverly. They'll get it down to Green. Slams it down.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Conley into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Cleans it up. And the Clippers have the rebound. Beverly to Leonard. From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
I got him. Here we go. Block up. Here he comes.
Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Conley. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. It's been all Clippers so far. It's Utah basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Mitchell with it up top. 14-point deficit to Gobert. Has a look. Gobert shot, no good. He missed it. To Leonard. George. Driving right to the basket. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. Mitchell with the basketball. Trailing by 14. To Gobert. And it's Harrell who comes away with the rebound. Williams to George. Williams. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Has a chance. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. Beverly into the front court. They lead it by 14. Knocked loose. Jazz pick it up. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Williams to Paul George. Williams. And the rebound taken by the big Frenchman, Gobert. Mitchell with it up top. The deficit now up to 12. Nothing going here on that drive. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul. Now the Clippers call a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
And this is where I get a chance to see if coaches can change it up. Maybe let one of your players lead the timeout so your team can hear a different voice to keep everybody engaged. Maybe like the Warriors did with Andre Iguodala.
Rudy Gobert sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Mitchell matched up with Paul George. Deep 2 there, won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Mitchell with the basketball. Down 12. Bojan Bogdanovic against Paul George. Finds to shoot to Conley. From long range. And Mike Conley dancing with the defense. Hits the contested 3.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
George, defended by Green. To Leonard, beyond the arc for 3. Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To Conley. Five on the shot clock. Conley. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Paul George, 4-2. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Mitchell. And he drains it. Timeout called here by the Clippers. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. New blood coming in for both sides. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Clippers put one in the win column with a solid performance. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Jazz put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Utah Jazz,
Game track. Points in the paint.
the Utah Jazz were simply unable to avoid being soft on defense when the ball went inside the paint. Why they couldn't rotate properly, I don't know. They simply got outworked in this matchup. Their lack of interior defense was most obvious in the opening half.
Player of the game.
Paul George gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.